Welcome to the Deep Dive, your shortcut to being well-informed. Today, we're really getting into the Apple Vision Pro 2. It's been highly anticipated. And if you're maybe new to this whole idea of spatial computing, basically interacting with digital stuff like it's right there in the room with you, blurring those lines, well, this deep dive is definitely for you.
Yeah, it's a concept that's still evolving.
Totally. So our mission today, let's unpack the latest details, the rumors, and maybe most importantly, the software groundwork that's already being laid. We might find some surprising things.
Sounds good. There's certainly a lot of chatter.
Okay, let's unpack this then, straight to the core. What's the headline news? The buzz is, well, it's real. Apple seems to be aiming for a late 2025 unveil for the Vision Pro 2.
That's the timeline we're hearing.
And here's the kicker: mass production. Apparently, it's already underway. Now, that feels aggressive, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What does that signal? Confidence.
Yeah.
Lessons learned from the first rollout.
Well, what's fascinating here is exactly that. It suggests, real confidence. This early production probably means they've smoothed out their manufacturing, and they're clearly aiming for wider availability from day one. That addresses a big bottleneck from the original Vision Pro.
Right, the scarcity was an issue.
Exactly. And for you, the potential user, this translates to maybe two key things we're hearing. A lighter design, which was definitely needed.
Oh yeah, the weight was noticeable.
And crucially, a lower price point. Significantly lower than that original $3,499.
Okay, that's huge. A lower price point and lighter design seems like table stakes for wider appeal.
Total game changer for getting it into more hands, absolutely.
But let's talk performance.
Yeah.
The rumor is the M5 chip, Apple's next-gen silicon. For you listening, this isn't just a spec bump, right? It means like a serious leap in processing power.
Yeah, both CPU and GPU performance.
Think smoother virtual worlds, more complex apps running side by side, maybe detailed 3D models just popping up instantly. Sounds great. But can they really deliver that and cut the cost? Are there hidden trade-offs?
That's a fair question. We don't have all the specs, obviously.
Yeah.
But Apple's M-series chips, they've always focused on efficiency, too, not just raw power.
Right. Power per watt is key for a headset.
Exactly. The M5 will likely continue that. So the trade-offs, maybe subtle, perhaps how long it can sustain peak performance, that sort of thing. But for most people, the jump in responsiveness and visual quality, it should feel pretty substantial.
Okay, so a better experience for most users. But what about those really demanding uses? Not just watching movies, but things needing absolute precision, zero lag, like surgical training or high-end simulators. That's where I hear things get really interesting. Whispers of a pro-connected version. What is that, practically? How does it bypass the limits of wireless if lag is critical?
Absolutely. This pro-connected idea targets exactly those enterprise or high-stakes scenarios.
Yeah.
Ultra-low latency is key.
How do they achieve it?
It seems like it would use a wired connection, probably Thunderbolt, directly to a Mac.
Offloading the heavy lifting.
Precisely. You offload the intense processing to a more powerful desktop machine. Imagine a surgeon practicing, feeling realistic feedback with no delay. Or flight simulators needing instant response.
Okay, that makes sense. Wired gives you that raw speed and reliability.
It allows for these incredibly precise, high-fidelity applications that just aren't quite feasible with standalone wireless tech today. Takes it beyond just VRR into, well, mission-critical territory.
Wow, it really starts to feel like that sci-fi future, data appearing seamlessly. And underpinning all this hardware, Apple's been busy on the software side too, right, with visionOS.
Yes, and if we connect this to the bigger picture, it's clear. At WWDC, they unveiled visionOS 26. That's already laying crucial groundwork.
What kind of groundwork are we talking about?
Well, features like spatial widgets, for one. Think little info panels or controls just floating in your space. Quick access without a full app launch. Very. And support for PSVR 2 controllers. That's potentially huge for gaming.
Right, opens up a whole existing ecosystem of VR games.
Exactly. Could massively boost the entertainment side. Plus things like refined eye scrolling for navigation and enhanced AI capabilities woven throughout the experience.
So the software is evolving in lockstep with the hardware plans.
Deeply synergistic, yeah. It suggests the Vision Pro 2 won't launch into a vacuum. The OS will be ready, mature.
So boiling it all down, what does this mean for you, the listener? It sounds like Vision Pro 2 is really about refining that core experience, making it lighter, making it cheaper, supercharging the performance with that M5 chip, and then offering maybe two paths.
Yeah.
One for broader consumer appeal and this specialized pro version for really demanding stuff.
That seems to be the strategy, yeah. Powerful, but also poised for a much wider reach this time.
So just to recap quickly, Apple Vision Pro 2 looks like it's aiming for a more accessible, definitely more powerful, and more versatile spatial computing future.
Refining the groundwork. Which raises, I think, an important question for you listening, something to think about.
Well, what?
What kinds of new, maybe unexpected applications start to emerge when spatial computing gets this refined, this powerful, and potentially this widespread? How might it actually change how you interact with information day to day, or even in those specialized jobs we mentioned?
Interesting. When it moves from niche to potentially mainstream,
Yeah,
what happens next?
exactly. It's going to be fascinating to watch unfold.